Igbo-Ukwu, the ancient metal masters. Long before colonial maps carved Africa into borders. Long before European explorers wrote their first records. Long before many civilizations even learned the art of metal casting. Deep within the forests of southeastern Nigeria, a people were already shaping the future with fire. This is the story of Igbo-Ukwu, one of the greatest ancient discoveries in African history, and a powerful reminder that advanced civilization once thrived in the heart of Igbo land. It all began not in a palace, not in a royal court, but in a quiet village in the year 1938. A local man was digging a simple water cistern near his home when his shovel struck something unusual. Not stone, not clay, but metal, and not just any metal. Beautifully crafted bronze objects, unlike anything ever seen in West Africa. What followed would shock historians and rewrite history itself. Archaeologists soon arrived, and what they uncovered was extraordinary. Hundreds of bronze artifacts, buried for more than 1,000 years. Bowls decorated with intricate patterns, ceremonial staffs, jewelry, ritual vessels. Every single piece, cast with breathtaking precision. Not hammered, not carved, but created using the highly sophisticated lost wax casting technique. A method so advanced, it requires deep knowledge of metallurgy, chemistry, and temperature control. At a time when many societies were still working with stone, the people of Igbo-Ukwu were mastering bronze. But here is where the mystery deepens. Unlike ancient kingdoms that left behind massive walls or written records, Igbo-Ukwu left something far more subtle: art, symbolism, and spiritual expression. Because these objects were not tools of war, they were not weapons, they were sacred. Most were found buried in what appeared to be a ritual complex, possibly belonging to a powerful priest king or spiritual leader, suggesting that Igbo-Ukwu was not merely a settlement, but a sacred center. The designs themselves tell a story. They feature snakes, spirals, ropes, sacred knots, motifs deeply connected to Igbo cosmology, symbolizing life, continuity, and spiritual power. Some vessels were decorated with hundreds of tiny beads, each cast in bronze, not attached separately. This level of detail was astonishing. Even modern metalworkers today struggle to replicate such perfection. But perhaps the most shocking discovery was not the craftsmanship itself. It was what scientists found inside the burial sites. Thousands of glass beads, not local, not African in origin. Chemical analysis revealed something incredible. Some of these beads came from as far away as North Africa, the Middle East, possibly even India, which means more than 1,000 years ago, Igbo-Ukwu was connected to long-distance trade networks spanning continents. Trade routes that moved not just goods, but ideas, knowledge, and culture. This discovery shattered colonial myths. For generations, outsiders claimed that advanced technology came to Africa only through foreign contact. But Igbo-Ukwu proved something different. It showed that African innovation, African science, and African artistry were already thriving independently, long before European influence. And yet, Igbo-Ukwu remains an enigma. No massive city ruins have been found, no written language discovered, only sacred objects, suggesting a society deeply rooted not in conquest, but in spirituality, a civilization that valued symbolism over monuments, meaning over dominance, connection over control. Today, the bronze treasures of Igbo-Ukwu stand as silent witnesses to a forgotten era of brilliance. They remind us that history is not always written in stone. Sometimes, it is written in fire, molded in wax, and cast in bronze. Igbo-Ukwu is more than an archaeological site. It is proof that long before modern nations existed, the ancestors of the Igbo people were innovators, artists, spiritual thinkers, and masters of complex technology. Their story is not just a story of the past. It is a legacy, one that still lives, in culture, in tradition, and in identity, because buried beneath the soil of Igbo land was never just metal, it was memory. And through Igbo-Ukwu, that memory lives again. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be remembered, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to shift For more forgotten histories, hidden truths, and powerful stories from the roots of our people,